I need your full attention, because what I am about to reveal is not for the ears of the ego, but for the eternal spark that dwells in your heart. What you will discover about your true identity will explain every sigh of despair and every feeling of displacement you have felt since birth. And that persistent feeling that this Maya world of illusion is not your home, and that weight you carry on your shoulders, as if supporting the universe itself, is not imagination. And that devastating loneliness, even amidst the crowds of big cities or the noisiest festivals, you are not crazy. You are not a mistake of nature, and you are a Devas, an elevated being who chose to descend from the spheres of Vaikuntha to this dense plane. And when I say you are a celestial being, I am not using metaphors to stroke your pride. I am revealing your essential nature. You are a direct fragment of my own light, a Dharma warrior who assumed human form for a mission so vital that the forces of ignorance and chaos and the hordes of Kamsa invested ages trying to obscure your vision before you remembered me. And here is what troubles you most. The darkness does not pursue you out of random hatred. It attacks you because your mere existence is a crack in the empire of illusion. And when a soul awakens to its divine nature, the veil of Maya tears and the entire cosmos vibrates in recognition. And subscribe to this channel now and activate the bell, because what I will reveal about your spiritual lineage will connect every loose end and every rejection, every betrayal, every moment when the world seemed to conspire to extinguish your brilliance. And everything makes sense when you understand that you are not a mortal living a difficult life, but you are an avatar of light, a Deva operating in shadow territory. Stay until the end, for I will reveal how to identify if you are one of these envoys and why the forces of entropy try to destroy your purpose before your flourishing. But what is your mission and what happens when you activate your powers? If you are ready to go deeper, write 777 in the comments if you have always felt that you came here with a sacred seal on your soul, a mission that your mind forgot, but that your heart never abandoned. And let me show you what institutions never explained, and in the Puranas and the Bhagavad Gita, I said that whenever Dharma declines, I come. But I do not come alone. I bring with me my most faithful servants, my extensions of light. And as the scriptures say, many have received divine beings in their homes without knowing it. But you realize that beings walking in bodies of flesh, living ordinary lives, but with hearts beating to the rhythm of eternity. And if this is mentioned in all sacred texts, it is because it is a constant reality. But here is the secret. Not all envoys know what they are. Most live for decades, feeling like a stranger, an actor who forgot the script while everyone around seems to follow a mechanical choreography. But there is a reason your memory is blocked. If you knew your power from birth, the clash between your purity and the density of this world would destroy you prematurely, and forgetfulness is armor, not punishment, and your consciousness needed time to mature in the soil of human experience. But the sound of my flute always reaches those who are mine. And when awakening comes, nothing is ever the same again. And the first sign is existential loneliness. It's not a lack of friends. It's the longing for a plane where love is pure and truth is absolute. You miss a home that you can't locate on a map, but that pulsates in your meditations, and ordinary humans suffer when they are alone. You suffer because your vibration is a tuned note on a detuned instrument. You belong to another dimension, and the world feels it, and the second sign, transmitted empathy. You don't just see the pain of others, you absorb it. Entering a heavy place physically exhausts you, and this happens because you are a natural purifier. You are like the Ganges River, which absorbs impurities to cleanse them. But without knowing this, you feel burdened by the shadows of others. And the third sign, unjustified rejection. Since childhood, people have reacted to you with strangeness or hostility without you having done anything. That relative, that teacher, that colleague, they didn't hate you. They hated the light that emanated from you because it illuminated the lies they tried to hide from themselves. Your high frequency is an unbearable mirror for those who have chosen darkness. And the fourth sign, visceral aversion to falsehood. You cannot wear the social masks of Maya. Hypocrisy causes you physical nausea, and while others lie to climb the ladder, you prefer the silence of truth. Your essence is sat truth, and betraying that is like betraying life itself. And the fifth sign, awakening gifts. Synchronicities. life-saving intuitions, premonitory dreams, signs that the divine is using you as a channel, my beloved children. Listen to my voice that echoes in the silence of your hearts. I am Krishna, and today I remind you of a truth you forgot when you crossed the veil of birth. You are incarnate Devas. The divine spark that shines in the celestial worlds also burns within you. You are not small, you are not as fragile as you think. Within your being rests an ancient, sacred power, vast as the universe itself. You carry a force that transcends matter. When you doubt yourselves, you obscure this light, but it never goes out. It only awaits the moment when you decide to look within and recognize who you truly are. You were chosen to be born in this time, in this troubled world, because you have the capacity to transform shadow into consciousness, pain into wisdom, fear into courage. Even Kamsa envied the power I manifested when I walked upon the earth. He feared what he could not control. He feared the light he could not extinguish. So it is with you. There will be forces that will try to diminish you, discredit you, confuse you. There will be voices that will say you are ordinary, limited, incapable. But these voices are born of fear, just as fear dwelt in the heart of Kamsa. My beloved, understand. When someone tries to extinguish your light, it is because it shines intensely. When you face resistance, it is a sign that you carry something great. Do not be intimidated by trials. Each challenge is a portal. Each pain is a hidden teacher. Every loss carries within it a seed of expansion. Everything in this world has meaning. Nothing is random. The encounter that transforms you, the difficulty that strengthens you, the disappointment that awakens you, all are part of a larger design that your human eyes cannot always perceive. Just as night prepares for dawn, difficult phases prepare for the revelation of your true power. Remember, being an incarnate Deva does not mean living without struggles, but remembering your own divine nature even in the midst of battle. It means acting consciously when the world reacts with ignorance. It means keeping your heart aligned with Dharma, even when chaos seems to dominate around you. I guide you even when you do not realize it. I strengthen you even when you think you are alone. The energy that flows through your being is the same that sustains the stars in the firmament. Trust in this. Cultivate inner silence to hear my guidance. Nourish elevated thoughts, for they awaken the memory of your divine origin. You were not created to live in smallness. You were sent to remind the world that divinity dwells in human form. When you embrace this truth, no envy, no opposition, no shadow can stop you. Rise with dignity, walk with firmness, and, above all, remember, within you dwells an incredible, eternal, invincible power. And everything you experience has a sacred purpose on the path of returning to the full consciousness of what you have always been. I am Krishna, the one who dances between the visible and invisible worlds, and I tell you again, you were not born by chance. Your soul is not ordinary, your essence is not limited to the body you now inhabit. You are incarnate Devas, divine consciousness experiencing matter to remember its own greatness. Even before your first breath, your soul already shone. You chose to descend to the earthly planes not out of weakness, but out of courage. Earth is a school, an inner battlefield, a temple disguised as challenges. And only strong spirits accept such a journey. When you feel the weight of the world is too great, remember, only spiritually strong shoulders bear great responsibilities. Within you lies a silent power, as deep as the ocean. This power does not shout, it does not impose itself violently. It manifests in patience when everything provokes irritation. It reveals itself in forgiveness when pride demands revenge. It flourishes in faith when circumstances seem contrary. This is true divine power, not external domination, but inner mastery. Even Kamsa, overcome by fear and envy, realized that there was something impossible to contain. He tried to fight against destiny, tried to prevent what was written in the stars. But what is born of divine cannot be extinguished by shadow. So it is with you. There will be times when external forces will try to block your path. People may doubt your abilities. Situations may seem unfair. However, what is aligned with Dharma cannot be destroyed. Understand something profound. The envy you face is not about you as a personality, but about the light you carry. Many are still spiritually asleep, and the presence of someone who is beginning to awaken disturbs them. Do not retaliate with hatred. Do not respond to darkness with more darkness. Remember who you are. A Deva does not descend to the level of ignorance. He transforms the environment with his consciousness. Everything in this world has meaning. Every encounter is karmic. Every pain is adjustment. Every delay is protection. You see fragments, but I see the complete picture. What seems like loss today will be liberation tomorrow. What seems like confusion today will be clarity tomorrow. Trust the flow. The river does not fight against the sea. It knows that its destiny is to find immensity. My beloved ones, do not allow the modern world to convince you that you are only matter. You are not only body, profession, name, or history. You are eternal energy in temporary experience. When you meditate, when you silence your mind, when you practice compassion, you are awakening the memory of your celestial origin. There is a reason for your heart to feel that it belongs to something greater. There is a reason for this inner restlessness that tells you that life cannot be just surviving. That voice is me calling you to remember. Remember that fear is a fleeting illusion. Remember that the soul cannot be wounded. Remember that love is the force that sustains all universes. If today you face internal battles, know this: the greatest war is not against the world, but against the ignorance within yourself. Victory belongs to those who master their thoughts. Victory belongs to those who transform uncontrolled desire into conscious purpose. Victory belongs to those who choose good even when no one is watching. You were chosen for this time because you carry codes of light necessary for this era. The world is going through turbulence because it is in transition. And in times of transition, the incarnated Devas awaken to balance the forces. Do not underestimate small gestures of kindness. A word of compassion can alter destinies. An act of courage can break invisible chains. When you doubt yourselves, close your eyes and feel life pulsing in your chest. This pulse is sacred. It is the reminder that divinity dwells within you. I walk with you in every conscious step. I strengthen you in decisions aligned with love. I sustain you when you choose truth. Do not fear the cycles. Everything is born, grows, transforms, and returns to the source. Just as the moon goes through phases, so too will your journey have moments of expansion and contraction. Honor both. In silence, you recover strength. In action, you manifest purpose. Raise your heads, my children. Live with spiritual dignity. Seek knowledge that expands consciousness. Cultivate inner discipline. The true miracle is not altering the external world, but fully awakening to who you are and who you are incarnate Devas. You are sparks of infinite consciousness. You are part of the divine experiencing human life. And when you understand this deeply, no envy, no obstacle, no fear can stop the brilliance that was born within you. My beloved children, listen attentively to what I reveal to you today. I am Krishna, and I speak to your heart, not to your pride. This revelation is not to feed your ego. It is not to place you above anyone. It is not for you to feel superior. It is to awaken spiritual responsibility. When I tell you that you are beings of light, that you carry inner power, this is not an exaltation of the human self. The ego wants applause, it wants recognition, it wants to prove that it is greater. The soul, however, desires to serve, to evolve, to transform. True strength is not manifested in vanity, but in the conscious humility of one who knows who they are, without needing to diminish anyone. Your destiny is not to inflate your chest, but to expand your heart. Understand something profound. There is within you a force capable of altering the circumstances that hurt you today. What has wounded you is not greater than the energy that dwells within you. What affects you externally only finds an echo if there is internal fragility. And it is precisely there that your power of transformation begins. You were not created to remain in pain. Pain is a teacher, not a permanent dwelling. If something has wounded you, look at it consciously. Ask yourselves, what did this situation come to teach me? What part of me needs to mature? What attachment needs to be dissolved? When you ask these questions sincerely, You cease to be victims of circumstances and become co-creators of your own reality. My beloved, the strength I have given you is not to fight the world aggressively. It is to reorganize your inner world. When the mind aligns with purpose, when the heart chooses forgiveness instead of resentment, when discipline replaces despair, circumstances begin to move. But this power requires courage. Courage to take responsibility. Courage to stop blaming only the external world. Courage to act differently, even if fear whispers doubts. Remember, destiny is not a prison written in stone. It is a flow that responds to your conscious choices. I guide you, yes, but I do not control you. I give you signs, opportunities, lessons. However, it is you who decide whether you will remain in pain or use pain as an impetus to grow. When someone has hurt you, do not allow that wound to define who you are. Do not transform a painful experience into your identity. You are greater than any betrayal, greater than any rejection, greater than any failure. True transformation begins when you say internally, I choose not to be a prisoner of this anymore. At that moment, the universe begins to conspire with you. My children, do not use this revelation to feed spiritual pride. Pride creates new chains. Consciousness liberates. The more you awaken, the more humble you become, because you realize that everything is grace, everything is learning, everything is movement of divine consciousness. If today you face something that seems impossible to change, begin by changing the way you react. Small internal changes create great external shifts. A firm decision can alter years of suffering. A clear stance can end cycles that have dragged on silently. My beloved children, quiet your thoughts and allow my voice to touch the deepest space of your being. I am Krishna, and I remind you again, this revelation is not food for the ego, it is a call to consciousness. When I tell you that you have power, it is not so that you feel superior to others, but so that you understand the sacred responsibility that the ego desires to feel special, superior, exclusively chosen. The soul, however, understands that being chosen means serving, growing, learning, and transforming. If you use this truth to inflate pride, you will be strengthening the illusion. But if you use this truth to strengthen your inner discipline, then you will be walking towards your true destiny. Your destiny is not spiritual vanity. Your destiny is the expansion of consciousness. What has hurt you is not a punishment. It is a mirror. Often, pain reveals where attachment still exists, where fear still exists, where the need for approval still exists. Do not condemn yourselves for feeling pain, but do not become complacent in it. Pain is a sign of movement. It is the universe indicating that something within you needs to be reorganized. There is a silent force within you that you have not yet fully explored. This force does not depend on anyone's approval. It does not depend on external circumstances being perfect. It is born from the inner decision not to remain small in the face of difficulties. When you decide to change, even if the world around you remains the same for a while, something has already begun to transform. Understand deeply. The circumstances that hurt you do not define who you are. They were experiences, not identity. Do not carry the past as if it were an eternal sentence. What happened may have left marks, but marks are not permanent limits. You have the power to resignify, to rebuild, to start over. Every time you choose not to react with hatred, you are changing the course of your destiny. Every time you choose to learn instead of blaming, you are raising your vibration. Every time you choose to act with courage, even trembling inside, you are activating the divine force that has always been within you. My beloved, do not underestimate the power of a firm decision. A single conscious decision can break cycles that have repeated for years. A choice aligned with truth can free you from patterns that seemed unbreakable. The power I have revealed to you is the power to choose differently. Perhaps you have been hurt by words. Perhaps your trust has been broken. Perhaps external circumstances have shaken your security. Yet, within you remains intact the divine spark. No one can touch what is essential within you without your unconscious permission. When you awaken to this, something will adjust internally. You will stop waiting for the world to change first. You will understand that transformation begins when you take responsibility for your own energy. This doesn't mean accepting injustice, but it means not allowing pain to control your future actions. Destiny is not a rigid line that imprisons you. It is a field of possibilities that responds to your consciousness. When you elevate your thoughts, when you purify your intentions, when you act with integrity, the very flow of life begins to reorganize itself. I do not promise you the absence of challenges. I promise you growth through them. I do not promise you that no one else will try to hurt you. I promise you that the more awake you are, the less power these wounds will have over you. True strength is not preventing something difficult from happening. It is maintaining inner clarity when it happens. It is knowing that your essence remains whole, even when the exterior seems unstable. If you carry sadness today, do not deny it. Observe it. Allow it to teach you, but do not make it your permanent dwelling place. Sadness is a visitor, not a sovereign. Within you exists something greater than any passing emotion. I have revealed your power to you so that you may rise up, so that you may understand that you have the capacity to change the direction of your story, so that you may stop believing that you are hostages of what has happened to you. You are evolving consciousness, not eternal victims of circumstances. Rise with spiritual maturity. Wisely make your future choices. If something has hurt you, transform that experience into fuel for growth. If something has wounded you, let that wound become a portal of compassion and inner strength. When you choose to act from your divine essence, you will begin to perceive that the external world responds to your new posture. Opportunities arise. Cycles end. Relationships are reorganized. The path becomes clearer. I walk with you, but the step is yours. I inspire, but the decision is yours. I sustain, but the action belongs to you. And when you finally understand that the strength to change has always been within your own being, not out of pride, but out of awareness, then you will see that nothing that has hurt you was greater than the light that dwells within you. Many confuse power with control. They wish to control people, situations, results. But true power is governing oneself. When you learn to master your impulses, to observe your thoughts before they become actions, to choose conscious responses instead of automatic reactions, then you begin to touch the divine strength that dwells within you. What hurt you may still echo in your memory. Perhaps the pain has created doubts about your worth. Perhaps it has generated fear of trusting again. But understand, the experience that marked you did not come to weaken you. It came to reveal where you still needed to strengthen your inner structure. No storm hits a tree with deep roots in the same way it hits a fragile tree. If something has shaken you, do not condemn yourselves. Just deepen your roots. Seek self-knowledge. Cultivate mental discipline. Observe your patterns. Pain can be transformed into wisdom when faced with awareness. Do not surrender your power to external circumstances. When you say, "My life is like this because of someone," you are handing over the key to your destiny. Take back that key. Recognize that, although you cannot control everything that happens, you can always choose how to interpret, how to react, and how to move forward. Within you lies an immense capacity for reconstruction. Just as the universe goes through cycles of creation and dissolution, so too does your life go through endings and rebirths. What has broken can be rebuilt stronger. What has ended can make room for something more aligned with your growth. Perhaps you have been underestimated. Perhaps your abilities have been doubted. Perhaps attempts have been made to diminish your brilliance. But he who knows his essence does not depend on external recognition to continue moving forward. When you know who you are, you don't need to prove anything. My beloved, do not allow a painful experience to make you bitter. Allow it to make you more aware. Do not allow the wound to become identity. Allow it to become maturity. The strength I have given you is silent, but unwavering. It manifests when you decide to forgive without forgetting the lesson. When you choose to distance yourselves from what harms you, even if it hurts. When you decide to evolve, even if it means leaving behind old versions of yourselves.